Hello, Mr. Fisher here. So I'm gonna have a student who will remain nameless on the video present a full lesson. So here's the lesson. So the first thing you do, and I'm gonna talk to the video, so FYI. The first thing that you do on these is you gotta color in one of the angles. So one of the acute angles. So I'm just gonna go with this one. And you also want to create a name for it. So why don't we just call it A, we'll go B over here, and we'll make C the right angle. So the very first thing you do is you just color in one of the acute angles, and I'm choosing A. You could have chosen B, but I'm just gonna go with A, just for personal preference, but B would have worked also. The next thing you do, so that's the color portion. The next thing you do is you label, and this student is so good at this, so I'm gonna go fast. Op, ADJ, hypo. Now when you're teaching the class, you don't want to do all the talking. You want to get everybody else to talk. That's key. So the way you do that is by asking questions. So you just ask layup questions here and there, and then you pepper in some basically you get layup questions to everybody initially, and then you challenge them to speak more and more and more throughout class. But start it off with the easy ones, okay? So pepper in this table, and be like, hey, what's op? What's hypo? What's ADJ? And then they do all the work for you, okay? So never say anything a student can say. Critical teaching lesson. So even if you mess that up, it doesn't matter. I'm so stoked you're gonna do this. But anyways, we have labeled. Now you write again, so, ka, toa. And you have to make a decision here. You can use any one of the sides on this part. So I'm gonna just go op adjacent, okay? You could have gone op hypo, you could have gone adjacent hypo, but anyway, I'm gonna go op adjacent. I'm looking for the O and the A, and there it is. TOA is the only one that has the O and the A. So why don't we just circle TOA? TOA stands for something. Specifically, it stands for tangent. So tangent, you don't know the angle yet, but you do know the sides. Opposite and adjacent, to be specific, because tangent of an angle always equals opposite over adjacent. That's where the TOA comes in. So if you can just remember TOA, you can remember all this. Now, the angle is A. Okay? So then what you're gonna do, and this is the tricky part right here. So we've gotten tangent, right? Now we're gonna do some work. This is the final step. So far so good? Understanding it? Okay. So you're just gonna rewrite tan A, but now you're gonna plug things in. So op is 3, ADJ is 4. You use a calculator and you find that tan of A equals 0.75. Now at this point, there's two options, one of which you know. That's the tables. Let me see if I have one handy. Do you? Oh, it's right here. I have one handy right here. So option 1, tan opposite over adjacent, it's 0.75, so we're looking for, boom, right there. So it's like in between 30 and 40, right? Op adjacent. Okay, so you know the estimate's like in between 30 and 40. The angle is going to be in between 30 and 40. So that's one way. Here's the new one. This is new and improved. So this is a new one. This is called inverse trigonometry. We're going to do inverse trigonometry on your first lesson. You get to teach it. And you can always change your mind if you don't want to teach it. Okay? So we're going to do inverse trigonometry. So what you do, once you get here, calculator time. So we're going to do a couple things. Here are the buttons in order. Now, it's kind of tough because I have multiple kinds of calculators, but this is the most common one. So once you're here, what you do is you click the on button, make sure it works, okay? So the first button, and do it with me if you can, is second, tan, and you'll see a tan -1, thumbs up if you do, okay? And then all you have to do is type in the decimal, 0.75, close your parentheses, hit equals. There it is, there's your angle. What read do you get?
36.86.
That's it. Round to the nearest degree. So A is 37 degrees. Because inverse tangent was 36.86989765. So the nearest whole number is 37. Now, one thing I forgot to do, and if you can remember to do this, that'd be cool, is to set up the finish. So you're going to say angle A equals 37. And then we got one more to get. What's the letter of the one that we have to get? Yeah, we got to get B now. So B is pretty easy. So we're going to create a little spot for angle B. But we still got to work on it. So we're going to go over here. This question mark simply is 90 minus 37. That's it. That's how easy that is. If you could just do that on your calculator real quick, I'll know you'll stay with me. 53. Boom, done. First one, done. Now, do you have any questions on that?
No, that makes sense.
Pretty easy? Okay. Yeah, and then just to recap, here's the buttons. So you go second.
Oh, I wrote them all down, don't worry.
You already wrote it down?
Yes.
Okay, let me just do it for the video.
Yeah.
So second, tan, 0.75 equals. Easy. There's your buttons. Second tan 0.75 equals. You're going to get like 36.86, whatever it was. Round this to 37. 90 minus 37 is 53. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, next one. From ratios to angles. Let me erase, then we'll be cooking. Now, I want you to work on these quietly. Now that you know. Because like if you work on them quietly, like you'll find where you need to practice. And if you wrote the steps down, you should be good. we're just gonna go quick. We're gonna color, label, so color, label, write, choose, asterisk, do. Color, label, write, choose, do. The asterisk is just because it's a tiny little bit different on step 4. Step 4 is just a tiny little bit different than before. So anyway, we colored. So I chose this one, and this one. Now, when you teach it, you could use any acute angle, okay? You could use any of the acute angles for which one you color in. It doesn't matter. But you will have to stick with that angle to figure out what's next. So here we go. Color, that's done. Here comes the labeling, so I'm just gonna check that one off. This is opposite because it does not touch the angle. This is hypo because it's the longest side, and you can figure it out because it's across from the 90. This is hypo. This one's ABJ. Now what you want to do when you're teaching is give everybody tons of time before you even teach. Like you give them like the first step, and then you just let them work. And then you bail them out at the end. Like if you just straight give them the answers, it's not good enough. Like you gotta let them practice. So if you can kind of remember to build in some like quiet think time. And I'll try to give you a game plan. I will give you a game plan, okay? So, okay, cool. So, ADJ, hypo, let's just name the ones that we know. So this is op, this is ADJ. Now you're gonna see why I chose these ones here in a second. So here we go. O and H. You're like, what do I do with that? Well, as long as you write SOHCAHTOA, you're good. So we're gonna do that 3 times. SOHCAHTOA, SOHCAHTOA, SOHCAHTOA. All right. Tell me which one to circle, which one to choose on this one. So. Tell me which one to choose on this one. Ka. And then tell me what to choose on this one. Toa. So you see why I chose those angles?
Yeah.
We're gonna do one of each. Okay. So here we go. What does the S stand for?
Sin.
Sin. Now we don't have the angle yet, so you just put the parentheses in there. What's the O stand for?
Opposite.
Opposite. Hypo. Great job. Now what's the letter of the angle?
C.
C. Now you plug in. So you're gonna go sin. C equals what's op?
9.
9. What's hypo?
10.
10. Cool. Which equals 0.9. Okay. Now, the buttons. Can you tell me what the 3 buttons were, or what?
Second.
Yep.
10. And then 0.9.
Right. But you gotta make one
Oh
little.
wait, second sin.
Second sin. Nice. Good catch. 0.9. And what does it equal?
64.15. Or just 64.
64 nearest angle. 64. Okay. Meaning this is 90 minus 64.
90. 26.
26. Nice. Now, they said all missing sides and angles. Which side is not solved for yet?
AC.
AC. So we got to figure this out. So let's just call it little a. Now, yes, you could do SOHCAHTOA again. You could, but it takes forever. So what should we do instead?
The Pythagorean thing.
Yep, and you just need to nail C and B, and you're almost there. So once you get there, you just switch to Pythagorean. So you'll go a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we don't know a yet. That's why labeling your figure is so important. You know 9 squared is 81, and you know 10 squared is 100. Subtract 81, subtract 81. You get a squared equaling what?
A squared equals 19.
Yeah, and then what do you do from here?
You find the square root.
Find the square root, that's right. And you do it to both sides. So what are you left with?
4.
A equals this, whatever this is.
Yeah, A equals 4.
Can you give me the decimals too?
4.35. 3 decimals?
Sure. 4.3.
358.
358. Okay. And why don't we just to keep everybody happy, we'll just call it 4.4. Now you have an opportunity to talk about rounding there, because that's a 5. So you could teach the class to round up. That's a big skill that a lot of people don't even have yet, which is crazy. But anyway, A is 4.4. You're done. That's a lot of work though. Look how much work's on the board, right? So right around now, people get a little tired, usually. So you gotta read the room too, that's tough. And I'll do it for you as well, because I'll be in the back like tutoring people while you're like teaching up the folks up front, which is great. Because I can work one-on-one, you can teach, it'll be awesome. And then if you want, feel free to like invite your friends. Like, you wanna take this? I need a break, you know? Like maybe you just need to step outside or like catch a breath, because it happens to me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that was a lot. So anyway, that's the first one. I'm just gonna do the next one real quick, and just if you have questions, just please let me know, okay? So switch gears a lot, like try different strategies, because people get bored and attention spans are so short. Like, but if you can mix it up, you'll reach different learners.
Can
So
I call people up to like do a problem as well, maybe?
say it one more time.
Do you think I could call people up to like do a problem?
You could? Yeah, that's a great idea. That'll take so much pressure off you. Because you have, how many friends do you have in this class? 20?
Just 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you have more than that. But you just haven't met them probably. But anyways, yeah, invite them. And this is going to be good for your social support, because people are going to be like, wow, that was awesome. Thank you. And people are probably going to start coming to you for math help, which is going to boost your social status because you have talent. So here we go. We're going TOA, so everything's the same. We're just going to pick up on this part. So you're going to say tan. And if you do all the work in the beginning, then you can just go straight to this step, straight to the do part. Because we've already chosen everything. So now we're just doing. So tan J equals opposite. Always write this because it helps compartmentalize your thinking. So you're gonna say tan J equals, and then you just plug and play. 5/6. Okay? Now, this is where people get stuck. They're like, I don't know what to do. Just help them with the calculation. Be like, what's 5/6? And then they realize it. So do it yourself and then tell me what you get. It's like 16 times 5, should be around 0.8, something like that.
Yeah, 0.833.
0.833. 0.833. Okay? And then you just go back to this part. And you're going to sub in tan though this time. So tell me what you get when you're done.
$39.79.
39 point. Sorry, 39 point.
794.
794. What do you want to round that to?
0.8.
What are you gonna round this to?
Oh,
Sorry, I was...
yeah, 40?
40, yeah. So throw in a 40 right here. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4 things. We have the 5, the 6, the 40, and the 90. We're missing this though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is
The G angle G.
G, and what's the number for G? How could you get the number like easily? There's a number, and you know it.
Oh, the triangle sum.
Triangle sum theorem. Good recall. Here's another quick one. Ready? This and this are complementary, meaning they add up to 90. Yeah, so it's real quick. 50. Boom, quick. You're gonna get so good at geometry by teaching. It's crazy. Like you'll learn like one little new trick and it'll benefit you a ton. All right, now you got all the angles now, right? Do you have all the sides? No, but you do have 2 of them. You have a 5 and a 6. So now what?
The triangle sum theorem.
No, triangle sums for. Yeah. No worries. Yeah, no worries. And you know it, I know, based on your test scores. Oh yeah, let's label the figure A, B, C, just so we don't lose focus. And then just work on that quietly. I'm gonna work on mine quietly too. 5 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. 25 plus 36 equals C squared. 55 plus 6 is 61. Whenever you get it, shout it out.
7.81.
7.81?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 7.8. As long as you label the figure, you're good. It gets a little sloppy, I will tell you that. So you gotta think about that. Like, all right, when Fisher taught it, he wrote a little too big because it got a little sloppy. So when you're doing it, you might want to even go like this. Like draw a line, draw another line, just so when people look up there, they know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And just go slow and constantly be asking for acceptance. So are you good? Thumbs up if you're good. Thumbs up if you're not. And if it's a not, be like, Fisher, can you help them? And I'll help the people who are a yes. I want you to focus on the yes people. I'll work on the thumbs down. So if you can give me that info too, that would be awesome. Or I'll look for it. Just like from time to time, just be like thumbs up or thumbs down if you understood that. If it's a thumbs down, Fisher will help you one-on-one. So we could be like a team going forward. You could teach the front, I could teach the back. That'd be rad. We would get everybody easy. Okay, so that's the second. And then after the second problem, you want to give them a brain break because they're tired. I'm tired. You're tired. Everybody's tired, right? So you give them a 10, you just click on the slides, hit the down button. So down button goes to the timer. And then you have volume controls, but I'll handle that. Like I can kind of sense if it's too loud or not. But yeah, cool. And then you skip ahead. Leaning ladders, so fun. This one's so fun. During the brain break, make sure you erase so you're prepared. So like the brain break doesn't end and you haven't done any work. I don't know if you noticed this, but I am always working. Like even when everyone's taking breaks, I'm working. But that gives you a chance, the brain break gives you a chance to socialize with your own friends and form relationships with people you don't know. So like during brain break, just be real humble and like cruise around and be like, hey, like how was my present? Like start off with like, how was my presentation? Like, what did you like? Or like, was that good or bad? Or like easy questions, just to get the conversation started. And then you can pepper in some questions like, did you understand that? Or stuff like that. And then you'll get the info you need. So if someone says no, you're like, Fisher. Or you could do it yourself again. Because sometimes just being close, like one-on-one, is all people need. Like 30 feet of space is enough to lose half of a classroom. It's crazy. But like if you're right there, they're gonna learn. So if there were 30 of me, everybody would have 100%. Yeah, but there's only one of me. So, all right, here we go. Leaning ladders, get somebody to read. So that's why I use the points. Like when I'm feeling stressed, I'm just like, all right, read. Somebody read. And then you just like, take a breather, right? So that's how I use the points. It reduces my stress.
So I can give people points?
Yeah, whatever you want. You are in control, which is so fun. Don't get too crazy with the points because I have to keep it fair for all classes because field trips are on the line. So you can't be like, you get 100. Everyone else will be mad. They'll find out. So anyway, good rule of thumb for safe angle to use when leaning a ladder is the angle formed by your body when you stand on the ground. Hold your arms out parallel to the ground. Whatever. You could do word wall if you wanted. Whatever. Number one, what are the angles in the triangle formed by your body in the ladder? Everyone's looking at you like, huh? I don't know. But here's what you do. You draw this triangle literally on this woman. Okay? Like you literally do it because then people see this and they're like, okay, I think I understand. And they're gonna be like, oh, I'm a human, that's a human. That's a right angle. This is where it gets fun. You have to pair people up or like do fours and have one person be this person and then one person be the ruler person. So one person is just like this person. One person is the ruler person. One person is like the math writing person. So you ask the groups of three. You're like, who has the best handwriting? Me. Okay. You're the note taker. All right. Who likes to get up and move? That's probably the best one for this. Or like the gregarious people, get them to measure. Like you don't want to put like a super shy person in this role because they're like standing there and people are measuring them, right? So you don't know the group, so just try to think about that though. Like I'm always thinking about what would be the best person for this role. Now, what you do is you measure shoulder to fingers, and then you measure shoulder to ground. So tell me what I am, real quick. And do you want to use inches or centimeters? Up to you. Inches, okay. So inches are here. So let me start here.
Oh, no, actually, yeah, centimeters, because...
You want to use centimeters?
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Let me get the other one. Hang on. That is right here. All right. These are tricky because they're bendable. Okay, so you need to measure from the one. So I'm like this, right? Now, where does it hit my shoulder?
Around like 75.
Okay, and it's like, it's not all the way my back, it's my shoulder, right?
Oh, shoulder. Okay,
Yeah.
that's like 69. Exactly.
69 right here?
No, it's oh, wait, right there. 66.
66. Okay, so then somebody with the paper is gonna write in like 66. And you might even like make it fun, like write their names, like fish. Right? So there's 66. Now, I know I'm 5'9", so this is my shoulder. So I'm going to measure from my shoulder to my head. We use centimeters. So here we go. Shoulder to the top of my head is what?
Like 30-ish.
30-ish? Okay, so right here is 30-ish. Then I know I am 5'9". So you gotta do a quick conversion, which is easy. You got a cell phone? Cool. This is where you can even let them use their phones, which is awesome. I'm not gonna worry about the math portion of the conversion because we'll get to that later in a different lesson, but we're just gonna ask Siri. Or do you have a voice recognition feature? Can you ask Siri or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Type in
Oh, I got it. It's 175 centimeters.
is 5'9"?
Mhm.
Okay, so that equals 175 centimeters. Okay, cool. Plus 30, right? Right?
Mhm.
So, hang on. So this is 175 minus 30, right? Because I'm 5'9", the top of my head. And we're just measuring, we're trying to get this side right here.
Mhm.
So what is 175 minus 30?
175 minus 30. That's 145.
Nice. All right, so you now have your triangle that you need. I realize it's a long one, but who cares? Just like try to stay calm no matter what and just be patient. And like if you need a break, just be like, Fisher, can you replace me for like a minute? Always. Okay? Yeah, go for it.
I'm only calling up like 2 people to go up there, right?
Say again?
I'm only calling up 2 people to go up there. Do I like pay
You could
everybody
have
else?
it's up to you. Like if you want to prep your friends for it, that's a good idea. Like, hey, help me when I need it, okay? And then just call them up whenever you need the help.
Okay,
Like
so-
think about your own mental health too, like while you're teaching, and be like, shoot, I can hear like I'm getting stressed out. I need help. Recognize that, and then call on your friends, and they'll help you out. But you can call on anybody
But I'm just like
as a
wondering,
teacher.
like, do I put them into like groups and have them all like write their own thing down and do the problem themselves? Or-
Yeah, so they're gonna be in groups at the tables. So you're gonna force them to be in 2s or 3s.
I'll probably
2s or
do
3s.
threes.
Yeah, whatever
Threes.
works. And we can switch the desks around to make it convenient. So I'll think about that pretty soon. Okay, so we got a triangle now with 66 and then 145. Now, you go back to number 1. What are the angles in the triangle formed by your body and the ladder? So you got to get this one and this one. Okay? So let's just go ABC. It's always easier. ABC. And use a lot of color. I love using color. It makes your presentations pop a little bit. And you've got your 2 friends. You have some highly skilled friends. One of them in particular has incredible handwriting, but it's really small. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
Incredible handwriting, but it's small. That's a disadvantage when you're presenting. But as long as she understands to write bigger, you're fine. Okay? But anyway, your friends are rock stars, so use them. But anyway, we're gonna do the 5 steps now. It's pretty easy from here. So you color, and you label. And if you wanna like even make notes to yourself, color, label, write, choose, view. And you're almost done. It's so easy from here. So here it is real quick. So angle A. Well, first you got to label. So you did color, so you're good. And you got to label. So I'm going to say, use gray. I'm going to say op 80J. Okay. So you're going to say angle A. You have to, so you labeled, so then you write, that's the next thing you do. So you write, so, and if you want to have fun, you can like draw little stars, whatever you want to do. So I want you to put your stamp on it, like make this your style, not mine. I'm gonna give you the tools, but like if you want to like kind of zig and zag a little bit and like do little fun stuff, like cool. Go for it. You don't have to like copy me totally. But anyway, which one has the O and the A?
Oh, the A? Oh,
Toa. Nice. So you circle Toa. You've chosen, so now you're in the home stretch. So for this, it's just math work. So it's 10 parentheses op over 80J. You write in your angle. You don't know it yet, so you're just gonna say A. So then you say tan A. I like using color, but you can just stick with one if you need to. Equals 66 divided by 145. And what does that equal on a calculator?
0.455.
0.455. Okay. So then round it to, wait, hang on. Oh, hang on. You're good. Use the 3. You got 3, right? So now it's, last thing is the calculator buttons. So type them in. Hopefully you remember.
It's 24.46.
24 point, say again?
0.465.
465. Okay, and then go slow on this part because this is the big part, is the button pushing. So second tan 0.455 equals, and that's 24.46. Okay, so then what do you round this to?
24.
Yeah, so this will end up being 24. People are like checked out by now, but it's okay. And then what is this?
What is what?
This other one right here. You just do 90 minus 24.
$66.
66. So that's coincidental. 266s. And that answers it. Those are the angles in the triangle formed by your body and the ladder, so you check that off. Now at this point, you have options. If you're tired and you're done and you're over it, you can skip. But I don't want you to skip, I want you to get to it. Or sub me in, don't matter. What are the angles in the triangle formed by the ladder, the ground, and the railing? Explain or show your reasoning. Ooh. All right, we're talking about this one. The ladder, the ground, and the railing. Okie doke. This one's cool. Ready for something crazy? If you put your arms straight out, like that, perfectly straight, that's parallel to the ground. Meaning these two lines are parallel. Then you have a transversal cutting across parallel lines, meaning this angle right here is the same as this. This is from Unit 1. So if you want to talk about Unit 1, get someone to say alternate interior angles, that's like a 5-point question because it's so far back. So you'd be like, oh yeah, alternate interior angles, transversal parallel lines. That means that this 66 is this 66. Now, what's this angle intuitively?
That was 20. Oh, that was 9.
Yeah, because they're not going to build a rail that's like at an angle, right? I mean, they can, but if you want it to last, build it straight up. So now you're on Easy Street. What is this angle?
24.
Yeah, that's it. And now you could really dive in. You could be like, all right, anyone else see the similar triangles? And then you're like, what unit is similarity? Like, oh, Unit 3. You're like, so you can tie 1 to 2 to 3, which is crazy. So there you go. And that is the third problem. Let me just skip ahead and see if there's anything else. I'm going to erase just so... Move on. Now these are my safe harbor. These are my slides from last year, which I don't love. I like them, but I don't love them. So, hey, there's the pasta video. That one was pretty cool. That made the cut. Oh, I do have to talk about this, so I should include this. Somebody asked a question today about it. So I'll probably throw that in there. I'll explain that. Lesson summary, you can leave to me. Wow, Warriors were 18 and 22 this time last year. Crazy. Now, if you're really good at the points, or I could do it for you, it's up to you. There's no rules on this. Like, we can wing it, you know, we'll figure it out as we go. But I could do the points if you don't want to do the points. I know that's a lot to think about. But I love the points. Not a lot of teachers here do, but I love them. And then the cool down, you don't even have to do it. You just show the question. I don't even want you to do it, actually. Just show the question. There's going to be another video. So, like, I'll set you up with the video. So once you get to here, that's when you get to breathe a sigh of relief, because the work is over. And you kill the lights, and then you walk around, you're like, hey, just whenever you get a chance, return the materials, you know, and then, like, talk about the handout. You just gotta fill in 4 bullet points. But don't worry too much about it. Like, the bulk of teaching a lesson is problem 1, problem 2, problem 3. If you can just focus on those 3 things in the next 48 hours, you'll be fine. Everything else is fluff. Just designed to be, not fluff, I shouldn't say that, but everything else is, like, designed to, like, keep people's attention. But for teaching, 9.1, 9.2, 9.3. That's really all you need. If you're confident in those 3 problems, everything else is a breeze. The math is the only thing you need to practice. And I'll help you with everything, including the math. Can I cut the video?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good luck. And again, if you want to back out.